I can't get it off.
You can't get her nail off. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Gracefully Awkward podcast. So if you're here, you're early. Also, Gracefully Awkward. Our friends call us the Gap for short. I forgot to include that. We are called the Gap. You can call us the Gap. Call us the Gap, please. It's cooler. Anyways, first off, a little bit about ourselves. My name is Jack. Today I'm the male representation on this show because we wanted to get a variety of opinions. My current job is sorting mail, and that's basically it. I'm in college.
College for what?
Huh?
What are you in college for?
Engineering. What does it matter to you? Yeah, that's all about me.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm Emmy. I'm the technically challenged one. So anything that happens in this podcast that is techie, I did not touch it. Guarantee you that.
Why?
I'm special. Anyway. I'm a pastor at Life Church with the Life Kids, and I live on a farm with lots of interesting animals.
My name is Kylie. I am at UCO for I don't think I needed to say the school, but I'm at for nursing, and I am happy to be on the podcast.
Are you though?
Yes, I am.
Are you really?
I have a cracker.
It's a poison cracker, y'all.
Knowing it's up here, it probably is.
So, y'all might be wondering, why are we in an attic?
My attic.
I'll let him explain. He's very proud of it.
Well, why wouldn't we be in my attic? For one, also, yeah, the cracker is probably pointless. Also, if the audio sounds weird to any audio-based listeners, you can't see the context of the video on the screen.
Okay, so we have a plan. What Jackson is trying to get at. We have a plan to not look broke. Just because we are broke does not mean we have to look broke. Our plan is to have a different area to film, but right now, because plan A failed, we're in plan B, which is Jackson's attic.
Yep, my attic. Also, as I was saying, the audio sounds good. Emmy and I are sharing a mic, and we're using tiny mics that we're holding at variable distances from our faces, so...
And because I have my own, I have my own because they're mine.
She probably sounds the best.
Yeah. Like always. Clock that.
So we know which one's cocky on the show.
We're also Christians, by the way. They're probably should mention that. This is the second time I've given that joke, because it is not as funny as the time, but we are.
Okay, anyway.
Welcome, everybody.
We're called Gracefully Awkward Podcast because technically we want to get the point around about views of Christianity and stuff like that, and talking about those issues and just normal Christian day stuff. But also, we keep it real, so if it gets awkward, that's okay. That's kind of the point of it, is that it does get awkward.
Yes, it does.
Because Christians are awkward. A lot of them, which is okay.
And when you're receiving a gift that you don't deserve, you feel awkward. And grace is a gift that Jesus gives us that we don't deserve. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
So we're not all only keeping it real, but we're also expressing the altitude of how much grace Jesus gives us.
We'll go with
There's a reason she's a pastor and we're not.
No, We're all pastors here, y'all.
No, just you.
Legally, I guess. Whatever you want to.
Oh, not just legally. It's just her.
Okay.
Yeah. Kids pastor, a baby pastor. For babies. Why is that so funny?
Anyways, I feel like we had a question that we wanted to hit on.
Okay, so my question, if you're ready, is what scares you the most about sharing the gospel? Son of Jack.
For context, we're going to have talking points. We're going to cover topics between episodes. And, today it's that one. I guess we're going to start with me after saying that.
Yep.
scariest part about, what scares me the most about sharing the gospel, for those who don't know, the gospel is about this guy named Jesus. What scares me most about telling people about it is, for one, I'm not very confrontational, so just the act of having any, not even hard conversations, just hard conversations with stakes can be intimidating sometimes, as I know it is to many people. But also, I'm also afraid of getting it wrong sometimes, because, sometimes I'm afraid of even leading people further away from the gospel, because it can be hard to figure out how do we present it the best and most precise way, and how do we really sell someone on it, which of course is not what it's all about, and we'll probably talk more about that today. But in the heat of the moment, it can really seem like that has an effect.
What was the question again?
What scares you the most about sharing the gospel?
I'm going to be the one that is asking repeatedly the question just so that we reiterate what the question is.
And I'm going to be the one who usually asks the question because I'll keep us on... No, that's probably Jackson.
And I'll be the one who makes everyone forget.
Anyways, back to the question. For me, I feel like it's the fear of rejection, because everyone on this earth has a desire to connect with somebody because that's how God made us. Mm-hmm. And when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone and not only being vulnerable, but kind of trying to expect how said person is going to react, that's scary because you can't predict how someone's going to react. And you're taking a step out and being vulnerable, and that's just really hard, whether it's being vulnerable or the fear of rejection, because those kind of go hand in hand in my book. So for me, it's just me having to take a step of being vulnerable and also just taking that risk of being rejected or being welcomed.
I think for me is how people perceive me, because I feel like if I take one step wrong and then I start sharing the gospel to them, they're going to be like, well, I don't want that, which is a lie from the enemy, because we can only do our best as Christians and we're going to mess up sometimes. And then people taking it the wrong way, where it's like, I'm doing it because the church sent me out to do it, instead of it being for God, and the reason I want to share it is because that's what God gave to me as the gift of eternal life and freedom in Him and forgiveness. So those are my thoughts on it.
That's good.
And may I just highlight, people say that they get church hurt. However, they get people hurt because the church is a representation of what people learn in the Bible. However, the church are the people. And so if you're getting church hurt, it's because of a person, not because of God. And the people's actions in the church aren't always a representation of God. So if we're putting our feelings and our reaction based off of the higher standard of what Jesus is doing in your heart because you're fearful of what other said person said to you, then how do you need to fix your expectations?
But I feel like that can be twisted the other way. Like a different kind of thought on that is you want to fit the gospel to exactly what you wanted to say. So when someone says something that ticks you off of, I don't think that should be what Christianity or something like that, whether it's something that's political or cultural or something like that, when you say something that's like, well, I have different opinions of that in the Bible, when the Bible is very specific on what it says about that issue, I feel like people take it in a way where it's like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
good enough.
So, you have a thing for people trying to misconstrue the Bible? Or did you?
Yeah, kind of like when.
Are you afraid of you doing that, or are you afraid of others doing that too?
No, kind of like like Emmy's thing about like church hurt. Like how people get hurt by what people say, like they're not loving while they're sharing the gospel or something like that, or they act a certain way that doesn't represent what they're trying to share. But then there's the other way where they do act that way, but when they tell you that you're living in sin or something like that, they take it in a way where it's like, well, I don't want to go to church because they don't accept me in this way. They don't want me to live in this way, but I think the gospel should represent that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, I feel my best way to always when encountering that is always just reassure them that we are that way too. Like, I mean, if you ever come from a point of judgment, you've already lost. But like, what we can get good at is just understanding them and just first saying the words. And when we're trying to get into the conversation with them, and they question about condemnation and about sin and about why Jesus is needed, and then church and the church community is needed. Just first thing you say is, "Hey, we've been there too. All of us have been there. We don't want you to come because we feel like you're in a way that is wrong. We want you to come because you're in a way that's just like us, but we have the truth and we have the way through that." And also, it's if somebody's, and this is one of the big points to leave it up to God. If somebody's comfortable there and they don't want to leave that for the church or for Jesus, then that's a way God works through them, and there's nothing you can change about that. So it's all about just really keeping all of that perspective in mind, at least to me. That's my thoughts.
No, that's good. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. If you don't notice, sometimes I do not put my words in the exact way they should, and it comes out very differently. So, I'm sorry.
I mean, I ramble all the time. I mean, that's kind of what I was doing with Church Hurt, is I was kind of just walking in theoretical circles. But, hey, we're gracefully awkward, so...
Okay, so, like, any stories that you guys have about, or I guess in me too, I'm just asking the question, about a time where you shared the gospel and they didn't take it the right way?
My story is more of the fact that I shared it in the wrong way. Because when I was in middle school, I was very much of a little judgmental person, and it was either my way, or my way. There was no other option.
Not even God's way?
I wasn't entitled to be. Anyways, so I had a friend who decided to make some interesting choices in life, and I was trying to show her that my way, quote unquote God's way, my weird construction of that, was the right way. And I ended up, the more you know. And keep going.
They did the hand gesture. Remember. So the intention is for some of the people to be listening on audio, so that every reaction you have to gestures we make, they might not understand.
Oh, well, okay.
But we're gonna have it mostly.
Anyways, so
watch the video.
If you're listening on YouTube,
on like Spotify.
I'm in Spotify.
Spotify or YouTube. Spotify. Video on both.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we can have. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. You can have like video on Spotify?
Yes. I can pull it up.
Since when?
This is a great time to be asking that question. Yes. I talked about this. Yes, Spotify allows.
I thought
we're learning about podcasts while doing a podcast.
Well, I know YouTube, but
yes, Spotify allows video podcasts. You can have video going along with podcasts now. So we're basically just a YouTube video.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, what I ended up doing was pushing her farther away from God because I wasn't showing the love of Jesus. I was showing the judgment and condemnation, which just for some context, every time one of these people move, I hear a big hopping and popping in my ear.
Oh no, you're going out!
Don't crumple that in front of the mic.
So that's just for some context. But anyways, back to what I was saying. This is taking a lot longer to share the story than it's supposed to. But
okay, we're at half our run time.
Oh, fun. So anyways, so I showed more of a judgment and condemnation, which that's not what Jesus called us to do, and that ended up pushing her farther away from Jesus. And so that's my story, is I acted like an entitled human being and forced more judgment than love on the person.
I have kind of one instance of this. One of my old best friends back in elementary school, I tried to, empowered with the Holy Spirit at, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, I tried to invite him to church, and they tried to share about God with him. He was actually to a lesser extent, he was of a different religion, So he came from a different standpoint on that, but he didn't take it the first go around, and I wasn't able to sway him in any direction. And then, I probably didn't present and the best way either, because again, we were very young. This is probably my first time sharing the gospel. But as a ray of hope, I did get him to come to one church service a couple of years later. So you live and you learn. But that's my story on that.
Oh, you have a mic already.
Oh, I don't think it's me sharing, but it's kind of awkward. So
hey, roll credits. That's
look at that.
It's really awkward.
Okay, so technically, there's this guy in my class who liked me. He sat beside me. So and I was like, what? I was like,
we're listening to you share the story.
okay.
I'm giving you
I was
contact.
For context, Amy gave her eye contact.
I feel like this is way too close to share this, because this was not long ago.
It's only going to the entire world. It's okay.
No, this was not long ago.
Hey, share your deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, then, this was okay.
This is the whole point. We're gracefully awkward. We're getting down deep in the dirty of drama, details, and drugs.
If you don't want to share it, that is okay.
Oh no, I was gonna say because it was not too long ago, so I feel like if it's found, does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, but I do have one. I'll share later on.
No one's probably going to watch this episode.
They probably will. They're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom
Oh yeah, that's what I do.
eventually, but it won't matter in a year.
I had
It
something.
It won't.
It won't matter. We won't even be at the bottom. The algorithm will.
I hope so. They usually pick it up by that time. Usually, once you get to a certain amount of videos, you're they show it more in the algorithm. It's like a thing. I don't know.
I have another story.
That's why we have to. Yeah.
So for those live church people.
Wait, hold on. Kylie, did you want to share your story?
No, not
Okay, not today.
next year. Probably.
I'll mark it down somewhere.
Yeah, someone mark it down.
I'm just kidding. I'll forget.
Okay, once upon a time.
Okay, so for those live church people that might be listening, I recently went to family reunion, and Sam Roberts sent a message about how important it is to keep the boat.
If you talk about live church stuff, provide some context to what that is, because most people on the podcast don't go to live church.
What is live church, Emmy?
Life Church is a church that was started by Craig Rochelle in a garage, and then eventually has grown to be a worldwide.
Also, how much do we want to connect it in? Are we affiliated with them?
Yeah, for my pastor.
Well, yes, but that's still.
I was just trying to share.
It's a pilot episode. Okay, but I guess the thing is, we're not sponsored by anybody.
We're not sponsored.
Yeah.
So technically, we're not making money off of this episode.
We are not.
Yeah.
I mean, which technically means I shouldn't even be wearing this shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay.
Sure. Okay.
Emmy's church had an event.
After
our
5
church.
episodes, we'll fix that issue.
Our church had an event. Emmy heard one of our lead pastors talking about this thing.
So Sam Roberts was. I like to fidget with my chair.
Well, you are blocking my face.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So Sam Roberts, he's a pastor, and he has his own stuff. But anyways, he was sharing with us a message about a boat. And it was a story that he lived through. He was trying to fish and trying to catch all the things, but then his boat engine stopped in the middle of the ocean. And so he had to turn all the way back, and that was only going 3 miles per hour. And if you know anyone, that no one likes to do that. So he was willing to throw in his boat and to resell it and get a new one. However, he took the boat to the shop and he learned. This is a very long story, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to speed up.
Well, we have 10 minutes left.
Okay. So anyway, the guy called.
It's fine.
So the maintenance guy called him and said, "Okay, I know what's wrong with your boat." And Sam was like, "Well, okay, what's wrong?" And he goes, "Well, actually, the engine is perfectly fine." And Sam was like, "What do you mean it's perfectly fine?" He goes, "There's nothing maintenance that's wrong with it." And he goes, "So it should have been running perfectly." He goes, "Yes." And so he's like, "Well, why is it running?" And he said, "Because the technological chip that was in the engine was wrong." So it wasn't the mechanisms that was wrong. It was the feed that was feeding into the Mechanism.
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 Mechanism?
Mechanism.
Mechanism.
So anyway, that's just some food for thought for you guys, because there was this big boat that is meant to like run 75 miles per hour on the ocean, and the engine itself was completely fine, but the moment that the ship was feeding it misinformation, it stopped working. So what is causing you guys
And you.
The audience.
What feed or what chip are you allowing to be fed to you when it's keeping you from doing what you're called to do? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What's your false informational feed?
Oh, social media.
Ooh. Social media.
Yeah.
Social media.
Like, I feel like people twist up so many things on social media.
That is very true.
So sometimes, like, when you get the false information, like, I have to double check some things of, was this true? Was what I just, like, videos that show, like, whatever event, whatever thing are, because, like, I like history stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So technically when I see things like something of this proves the existence of this in the Bible, whether it's they found like Solomon's temple or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people make up this stuff, and I don't want to immediately believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do my own research on it, but I feel like social media covers that up so much where people are believing everything that they scroll through, where it's like, dang, that event happened. Dang, they found that. And they share it. I feel like that's, yeah. And even I fall into that.
That is true, and that might end up happening to us one day. Hopefully we get enough traction to where that does start happening, because one, blessed are you when people say all evil things about you, and also it means people watch us.
That's true. I feel like it's a compliment when people start doing a whole bunch of like things where it's like they're spreading gossip about us.
That's why the Bible says, consider it pure joy whenever you face trials, and blessed are you when people say evil things about you. It is a real thing.
Yeah, James 1-2-4.
Good job.
Dang.
Yeah. So yes, reassuring message. When people start sharing things about you that you might not like as a Christian, because of you being a Christian, it at least means that people are listening to some people are listening to what you are saying in there, and that you're probably living in their head rent free. So if that's an encouragement, that's great. Anyways, my answer to, I guess, just lies that can prevent us from sharing the gospel, or
no, it's just about
information that's like being fed.
Yeah, so like the example is Christ has already made you with all the tools. I forgot what one that.
It can still it text pretty far. I can still hear you. Well, no one's. Well, I listen to this
that's
after.
True.
No, I'll share after you're done.
Anyway, so point is that Christ has made each one of you with the tools that you need to do said calling that you are given. However, the moment that you start believing lies about yourself, or you're tapping into that false chip, that's when you are handicapping yourself from the actual potential and work that you're able to do. So, but the question that I was asking was, what is a lie or what false chip are you listening to that's hindering your performance?
I probably don't have a much better answer than social media. The same thing, I guess. One, people do things even just beyond like misinformation and stuff. People do things just in a lot of different ways, and they present things in a lot of different ways. And tying back to what I said before, it's like it can be hard to know whether I'm doing that thing right, or whether I am qualified to do that thing as others do it, or if I make a difference, which I think a lot of people can suffer through. Even whether it be sharing the gospel or even doing something like this, just not just thinking, am I doing this the right way? Should I be doing it like some others? Should I not be doing it like others, I guess?
So like comparing.
Yeah, comparison is part of it, and just seeing that, social media is a breadth of, like you said, information and just ways to do basically everything. So navigating that and letting that letting that affect your mind in that way is, I guess, probably my closest one. So yeah, basically your answer.
Well, I was going to get a bit vulnerable on here and say that mine is probably insecurities. Like the fact of, oh, you're too young to be doing this, or you don't have the qualifications to be doing said thing, or so-and-so is better at this than you are. A lot of comparison, a lot of insecurities, which I feel like we get in such a habit of saying to ourselves that we don't even realize that we have them until they end up blowing up one day. So I feel like for me, it's a lot of not thinking I'm good enough, or reading into false accusations that aren't true.
Or like, one of the biggest lies that I tell myself too is one day when I get past whatever barrier, then I'll do this. Then I'll share the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Once I become confident in this, once I like that, then I can Yeah.
We are never guaranteed a tomorrow, though.
That's why it's a lie. Telling yourself that you one day can get to this. Yeah. I keep fidgeting.
We're all fidgeting.
No, because all of my nails came off so I can do my nails again.
Good job.
But this one...
it's her pinky. Okay.
I can't get it off!
You can't get her nail off.
It won't fall off.
That's why you're okay. Yes,
that's why I'm fidgeting. I want my whole point. Yeah, my whole point of sharing that was to say that this nail won't fall off when all the others have. That's it. I love
habits, man. What habit are you still holding on to that you should let go of?
Is that a question?
Yeah, I mean, it's tied into her. I feel that was a pretty good segue. Thank you very much.
That was a good segue.
Hold on. She was talking about all her nails falling off, and I was like,
that's not a habit.
I'm talking about a sinful trait, a sinful habit that you have that you've been working on with Christ to let go of, but you won't let go because it makes you too comfortable.
Hold up. This was Jackson. Was that a question?
I'm
they
done.
Probably
I'm done,
heard
y'all.
me.
I'm done.
Yeah,
No, there's no way, because it's actually, I'm probably screaming too loud.
Oh yeah, you are.
I get that.
I got the audio right here, y'all, and when
this is why it's a pilot episode, and we're gonna keep
yelling in here.
I don't have good audio editing skills. It's gonna be a real choice whether we go ahead with this one.
We're going to, because it's funny. People can laugh.
We'll use clips of it.
No, the entire thing.
Oh. I'll be embarrassed, y'all.
Yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be awkward.
Yeah,
it's really awkward.
The whole point of keeping almost the entire film is to be awkward, but also be real and not fake.
Okay.
Like to show that we're funny.
Okay, if we're including the whole thing, just a discretionary statement as before. Any expressions that involved us holding up certain types of fingers.
It wasn't in America. It doesn't matter when you do this.
You hold up your pinky because again we have an audio audience.
All I
see you hold up your pinky when you say do this.
No. All I was doing was showing that my fingernail won't come off.
Okay, so just know that she's just showing that off.
Yes.
Any other expressions of the such is meant to be not offensive.
Absolutely.
And should not be taken as such. This will be the standard for the remainder of the podcast and our lives.
We make mistakes.
Okay,
that's it. That's all I got. We make mistakes. Y'all.
I asked the question. No one's answered it so far.
Repeat it.
What was your question again? Told you, I would make everyone forget.
So, everyone watching, listening, debating, eating, here, has a sinful habit that you're still holding on to because it still makes you feel comfortable or some form of happiness.
I got it.
So just like Kylie's nails all falling off.
No, that's not a habit. No, we are.
It's symbolism,
No,
y'all.
it's not.
It is because it's
because I want.
Understand
I get it. No, I get it. No, I get it because it's the one thing that. Oh my gosh.
Big brain here, y'all.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Easy. Social media scrolling, which technically wouldn't be it wouldn't be labeled as sinful, but it's when it comes to the extreme of what you're doing, like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling when you can do other things comes into play. I think that's when it gets kind of sinful.
Or when you're opening your TikTok before the Bible app.
Yeah. Like, have you read the verse of the day? No, I read it off of TikTok. No, it's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing?
No, it's not. Because, okay, here's why I think so. Because if you get whatever it is off of TikTok, the chances of you continuing to scroll is much higher. Well, there's no comparison because the Bible app, if you keep scrolling, it's more Bible app stuff.
Yeah, download the YouVersion Bible app. It's one of the biggest online Bibles.
Below. Hold up. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, thumbs up.
App Store.
You were so late. Okay.
It won't matter to an audio audience.
That's all.
Now I'm realizing most people watch this on audio. So they don't got to see it. I don't even think they can hear what I'm saying. I'm trusting the range of these microphones. A lot.
Like we have said at the beginning, we have a plan to get better microphones and a better attic. Not an attic. I'm saying that.
If any of y'all are listeners / watchers in Oklahoma and you have the idea to start a podcast, let us know.
Cool. And also, we love all TikTok users. We really came out swinging against TikTok and all social media, but we love you guys. And we're just encouraging you to adopt your daily habits in order to enrich your spirit, draw you closer to God, and make it easier to share the gospel, since I believe that was our original topic. Wasn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of the whole point of the podcast. I think also just giving you guys something funny to listen to at the same time as we're not going to be talking about anything too far into culture, but always swinging it back around to the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the point of this is also to help not only equip you with tools, but also help have a substance to send to others to help equip them in. Yeah.
And also realize that we're all in the same journey. We're all kind of in the same boat.
And we're all awkward, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's good to be awkward. We have this social norm that it's bad to be awkward and it's weird, but honestly, y'all,
it's good.
Embrace the awkwardness, because that's where you get the best conversations and some of the best memories. It's from a awkward moment of life.
Especially when you can use that awkward moment to really lean hard into your branding. And I'd say, anyways.
I just not understood that joke.
Because we're called
Gracefully Awkward.
Yeah, I got it now.
You know what? I think we should kind of sign off.
I was going to say, that was some very heartfelt stuff.
Thanks for...
we should end off.
Thanks for joining us on this awkward pilot episode. We will see you next time on...
Gracefully Awkward.
Oh, we should have a better... We should have... Wait. What if we did this? Keep this going. What if we did like the Gracefully Awkward podcast? I think Jackson always goes. But our friends call us the Gap.
I will do that.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Great.
3, 2.
Hold up. Let me say. See you next time on.
Okay.
See you next time on.
I was gonna say that.
Fine, say it.
Okay. See you next time on the Gracefully Awkward podcast.
Our friends call us the